You're welcome back. Now the news in detail. Governor of Kaduna State, Uba Sani, has offered free education to the rescued Kuriga school children under his foundation. Recall that the secretary to the Kaduna State government, Professor Abdulkadri Mayere, who was acting on behalf of the Kaduna State governor, handed the children over to their parents over their rescue. During the presentation of the children to their families, Professor Mayere recounted the state's relentless pursuit of their safe return, emphasizing that the governor is committed to the children's welfare and safety. Meanwhile, the governor also promised to rebuild the primary and government secondary school Kuriga in addition to providing other basic infrastructure in the community. Moving on, the former national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Uche Secondos, and members of the Presidential Campaign Council of the party for the 2023 general elections in Rivers State have declared loyalty and support for President Bola Tinubu and the state governor Siminalayi Fubara. The former Minister of Transportation and the Director General of the People's Democratic Party Presidential Campaign Council in Rivers State, Dr. Abiye Sekibo, made the declaration during a press briefing in Port Harcourt today. Present at the briefing were Secondos, former Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, Austin Okpara, Celestine Umiahia, former Deputy Governor of the state, Tele Ikuru, Senator Lee Maeba, and former Secretary to the Rivers State Government, Dr. Gabriel Pidomsin, amongst others. Moving on, the detained Binance executive Tingran Gambarian has sued the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu and the Economic Financial Crimes Commission EFCC over alleged violation of his fundamental rights. Gambarian, in the originating motion filed by his lawyer Olujoke Aliyu, sought 5 reliefs before Justice Inyangekwo. Also, Nadim Ajarwala, Binance Africa Regional Manager, who escaped from lawful custody, filed a separate right enforcement suit before Justice Ekwo. Gambarian, a U.S. citizen overseeing financial crime compliance at the crypto exchange platform, stated that the act amounted to a violation of his fundamental right to personal liberty as guaranteed by the Constitution. Meanwhile, Justice Ekwo consequently adjourned the matter until the 8th of April for further mention. And to southeastern Nigeria. 6 members of the Labour Party from the Enugu State House of Assembly have officially defected to the People's Democratic Party, PDP. They made their defection known today in Enugu in a letter read by the lead speaker, Chief Uche Ugu, during the plenary at the Assembly Legislative Complex today. According to the defectors, the move resulted from the existence of irreconcilable division and ongoing crisis within the Labour Party at the national level and across all state chapters. The defectors, however, expressed their optimism that their new party, the PDP, will give them the platform to serve their people committedly. On to the state of Harmony, Kwara State. Kwara State Commandant of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Umar Mohammed, has ordered the deployment of 3,300 personnel across various locations in the state for this year's Easter celebrations. He disclosed that the deployment was essential to preempt any potential disruptions of law and order before, during, and after the Easter celebrations. Commandant Umar disclosed that the personnel were drawn from various specialized units within the corps, including the Armed Squad, Anti-Vandal Monitoring Unit, Special Female Squad, Intelligence Department, Agro Rangers, and Counter-Terrorism Unit, all geared towards ensuring adequate protection of the lives and property of law-abiding citizens in the state. He further directed area commanders, divisional officers, and heads of tactical units of the command to deploy officers and men to various locations such as recreational facilities, churches, motor parks, and shopping complexes to prevent mischief makers from causing any form of mayhem during and after the Easter celebrations. Still with the state of harmony. As the 30-day Ramadan fast continues, the Abubakar Bukola Saraki Foundation is set to distribute iftar meals to mosques across Nigeria. This initiative will cover all local government areas in Kwara State, along with selected mosques in the states of Sokoto, Niger, and Kogi, as well as the Federal Capital Territory. The director of programs of the ABS Foundation, North Central, Musa Aliyu, made the disclosure in a press release made available to newsmen in Ilorin, Kwara State capital. Aliyu noted that the deployment is part of the foundation's corporate social responsibility and it is in line with the religious tradition during Ramadan. He also stated that the iftar meal distribution for the Muslim faithful is to continue daily till the end of the holy month of Ramadan. And lastly, from the state of harmony, the Ministry of Environment has stated that the modified sanitation exercise for this month will come up on Saturday the 30th of March 2024, starting from 7 to 9 o'clock in the morning. Residents of the state are hereby enjoined to fully participate in the exercise by cleaning both residential and business environment, as there will be vehicular and human movement across the state due to Easter celebrations. Waste management trucks will be made available to waste collection and subsequent disposal of the same at the dump site of the metropolis. In the same vein, any attempt to obstruct government officials from carrying out their statutory obligations will be dealt with within the ambit of the law. The news across the world is reaching you live from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. We're going to break now, and when we return, we'll bring you foreign, business, entertainment, and sports stories. Do stay tuned.
Who be this person with the text me now? Oh, Bolan. Oh, me I go quick check am. I go text you later.
That's what can happen if you take your eyes off the road. Texting or using your phone when driving is very dangerous for you and other road users. Keep yourself and other road users safe by staying off your phone when driving. We need you alive.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin.
You're welcome back from the break. You're still listening to the news across the world, reaching you live from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin. Now we move on to the foreign stories. French lawmakers have today debated a bill that would ban discrimination based on the texture, length, color, or style of a person's hair. The authors of the bill hope that the groundbreaking measure will send a message of support to black people and others who have faced hostility in the workplace and elsewhere because of their hair. The bill was proposed by a French member of parliament, Olivier Serva, who disclosed that if passed, it will make France the first country in the world to recognize nationwide hair discrimination. The bill amends existing anti-discrimination measures in the Labor Code and the Penal Code to explicitly prohibit discrimination against people with curly or coiled hair or other hairstyles perceived as unprofessionals, as well as against bald people. It does not specifically target race-based discriminations, although that is the primary motivation for the bill. Still on the foreign scene, the Russian mercenary group Wagner is assisting government forces in central and northern Mali carry out raids and drone strikes that have killed scores of civilians, including many children. Rights groups Mali, alongside its neighbors Burkina Faso and Niger, has for over a decade battled an insurgency fought by jihadi groups, including some connected with Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State group ISIS. Meanwhile, residents of Mali have stated that Russia's presence doesn't appear to have changed since Wagner leader Yevgeny Prigozhin died in a suspicious plane crash last year. And that's it from the international scene. Up next is business news. Do stay tuned.
Diamond FM Business News.
And in the world of business, farmers and traders in the country are projecting a boost in Nigerian non-oil export proceeds of the fourth quarter of the year as cocoa price, the country's flagship export crop, hit a record high and surged beyond $10,000 per ton for the first time. Since the start of 2024, global cocoa prices have more than doubled, with no sign of slowing down as the world faces the worst supply deficit in decades. Farmers in major West African suppliers, Ivory Coast and Ghana, are struggling with poor harvest due to poor weather and pod disease outbreaks. The national president of the Cocoa Association of Nigeria, Mufutau Abolariwa, disclosed that the global cocoa price surge is a blessing to Nigerian growers and will help increase the country's non-oil export as the commodity remains Nigeria's leading agricultural export product. And that's it in the world of business. Up next is entertainment news.
Diamond FM Entertainment News.
And in entertainment, Nigerian singer Cynthia Morgan has disclosed why individuals who are broke should not date each other. She made this revelation via her Instagram story while explaining that mental, spiritual, and financial poverty are different types of brokenness. She stressed that such union should be considered unlawful given the possible consequences. The dancehall singer further stated that men are natural providers, yet she considered it acceptable for a man to meet a woman's needs even while experiencing financial stress.
Diamond FM Sports News.
And from the exciting world of sport, Fulham have been handed a major injury boost ahead of their trip to Sheffield United, with Kevin Bassey expected to be fit for the game. Bassey picked a knock in training while on international duty with Nigeria last week. The centre-back was forced to miss Super Eagles' friendly against eternal rivals Ghana, as Bassey is expected to be included in Fulham's squad for the trip to Bramall Lane on Saturday. Initial assessment have, however, revealed his injury is not as bad as feared. Meanwhile, the 24-year-old has made 20 league appearances for the Cottagers this season with 1 goal to his name. Still in sport, Chelsea's winger Noli Madueke has disclosed that the Blues are blessed with abundance of talent in their squad. Madueke, in a chat with sport journalists, also revealed that it's the first time in his career where he has lost and drawn games. He also noted that the players remain united as they battle for consistency this season. And that's sport update. And with that, we've come to the end of the news across the world. But before we go, here is the recap of the major highlights as brought to you. We told you earlier that Governor Sani offers free education to rescued Kuriga students. From Enugu State is a report that Enugu State Assembly Labour Party members defect to People's Democratic Party, PDP. Kwara State NSCDC deploys 3,300 officers for Easter celebrations. On the foreign scene, France debates a bill against air discrimination. And in business, Nigeria's non-oil export rises as global cocoa price increases. And in entertainment, Cynthia Morgan admits that it is unlawful for 2 broke people to date each other. And in sport, Bassey cleared for Fulham versus Sheffield United's match. On this day in history, did you know that in 1979, America's worst commercial nuclear accident occurred with a partial meltdown inside the Unit 2 reactor at the 3 Mile Island plant near Middletown, Pennsylvania? Now you know. For the news coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact Diamond FM Newsroom on 0916 062 7526. I take the number again, 0916 062 7526. The news was compiled and edited by Nedu Okorie, and I am Joseph Emeribe. Many thanks for choosing your shining supreme radio station. Do stand by for the news in Yoruba language. Good evening.
You can only get timely, credible, and reliable news on your shining supreme station. Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin.